Kevin Kreider? More than just muscle. Ketogenic diets, also known as keto diets. Do they work, and what's the truth behind all that? First of all, what is a ketogenic diet? A ketogenic diet is when it's mostly fat, around 75 to 80% of your dietary intake comes from fat, and the rest comes from protein, which is a moderate amount of protein, and very, very little carbohydrate sources, usually from vegetables or nuts or something like that. It's pretty hard to have like apples or fruit or bowls of rice when you're on a ketogenic diet. And the reason why in the past a lot of people don't believe that ketogenic diets didn't work is because we did it wrong. We did mostly protein and fats and zero carbs. And that's not the ketogenic diet. And a lot of times people would say, well, the problem with that is that we lose a lot of muscle mass, which is true if you don't get adequate amount of protein. Even with something like intermittent fasting, it takes an adjustment period about 30 to 60 days to get your body used to it, to switch over from using glucose and glycogen into ketone bodies, which when you have a high fat diet, ketone bodies are released through the liver as a primary source of fuel, and it replaces the glycogen and glucose because your brain can function off of ketones as well. And your brain uses about 130 grams of glucose a day just to survive, so it needs to use ketone bodies as a source of fuel. And so it's a survival mechanism. And does it work? Do ketogenic diets work? Absolutely. Yes, they work. They do work. Just like the South Beach diet would work, or the paleo diet would work, or the vegan diet works, the vegetarians, they work as long as you follow the same principle, which is the caloric intake has to be in a deficit. Burn more energy throughout the day than you put into your body through food. And food is potential energy. That's all it is. Food is potential energy, and it tells your body to signal hormones or shut off hormones or decrease this and that. But the thing is, it all helps to adhere to a diet, into a caloric deficit. I hate the word diet, but the thing is, when you're in a ketogenic diet, all it does is help you to maintain a caloric deficit so you can lose body fat. Now, why do you lose so much weight right away? It's not all body fat that you lose in the first week or two. A lot of it is water weight, because carbohydrates attach onto water molecules. And when you have zero carbs or very low carbohydrates, you actually start to lose a little bit of water weight too. Some of it's body fat, obviously, but it's not all body fat. A lot of it's water weight, depending how heavy you are or how light you are. And then when you eat carbohydrates again, yes, you will gain some water weight back. That's just this is the way it goes. You have carbohydrates, stores glycogen, muscle glycogen, and hold on to water. So you're gonna be a little bit heavier when you start eating carbohydrates again. Now, will I do it? I don't know. It doesn't help me to adhere to a diet. I know there's benefits such as increased focus, and it helps with neurological disorders such as epilepsy in children. So there's studies being done there, so there's benefits to it, and fat loss is one of it. The thing is though, for me, I use intermittent fasting with a flexible diet, and it helps me because I get to eat more enjoyable foods that I want, and I'm not saying yes to this food or no to that. I'm not really restricting, I'm just staying within a caloric deficit that way. So number one, ask yourself, can you adhere to a ketogenic diet? Number two, how are you going to do it? Are you going to remain in a caloric deficit? 2. And 3, exercise with it too. Exercise so you can burn more body fat and to have a caloric output more, so you can eat more foods that you enjoy. And that's the thing, ketogenic diets do work. Any diet really works as long as it adheres to your lifestyle and you can follow it. So don't believe when people say ketogenic diets don't work or ketogenic diets are the way. It's not. Many people have different ways to losing body fat. It all works as long as you can adhere to it and you can stick to it. The problem that I find for me with ketogenic diets is that I don't see myself without eating carbohydrates for the rest of my life, and a higher amount. Even though I do feel better when I have a moderate amount of carbohydrates, not higher than 400 grams a day, I find that I get a little bit sluggish, a little more tired when I have higher carbohydrates. The thing is though, I want to be able to enjoy having some of the foods that my family have, and I'm lactose intolerant, so the cheese isn't going to work with me, but the dairy, they say to put a lot of dairy in there, and with my lactose intolerance, it's just not going to sit really well. So I'm choosing not to do ketogenic diets. Not to say I won't try it in the future, because I like to experiment, but we've been doing it wrong all in the past. Too much protein will get your body out of ketosis, and you won't get those same benefits from a ketogenic diet. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was informative to you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you thought this video brought value to you. So it tells me that I need to do more of these types of videos. Write comments, I'll answer all your questions. And also too, you can take the free body design tool above. It's a customized question survey that you can fill out, and it'll lead you to the perfect workout program for you based off of what you answer off of it. So I hope to see you guys soon.